It's weird to think that 1 year ago, the channel came into existence. Ditto, you don't need to do this, just show me the fucking script. I am genuinely terrified for what I have to do. As you should be. Okay, right. So, I've got my phone here, you can see Word is open. Here's your script. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Great. This is my first review of a car on this channel, and quite frankly, I have had a look at the script, and it is basically undiluted racism. Still, I'm glad that Ditto and me were on the same sort of brainwave with this one. Wait, what? You'll see. Anyway, Bugatti Vision GT. A car that Ditto has been wanting to review for a while, so that's the car we chose to review for this Scrap Swap challenge. It's actually quite an interesting car. I've been doing my research on this. It's a Vision GT car, which basically means it's a special car made by Bugatti that isn't actually real, made for the Gran Turismo series of games. This particular car was originally for Gran Turismo 6, but then appeared in the subsequent two games, Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. Anyway, there's quite a few Vision GT cars. I think the most notable of which is the GT by Citroën, which actually became a real car, or at least a working concept car, and the Lamborghini Vision GT, because Ditto reviewed it on this channel. Now, similarly to the GT by Citroën, stupid name by the way, almost as stupid as Ditto GTI. Stick to my wonderful script, also fuck you. Shut up. Anyway, basically, similarly to the GT by Citroën, this Vision GT also ended up making it into real life. There is a static concept car model, which is like a lot of concept cars. They don't actually have an engine, and they tend to be made of really heavy materials. They're just for show. But this one, well, it sort of made it into real life. See, this Bugatti Vision GT was the inspiration for one certain W16 car, the Chiron. Is it Chiron or Chiron? I'm saying Chiron. It's Chiron. That's accentist, you cunt. Whatever, get on with the video. I want to see you get to the funny bits. Fine. So, this was actually the genuine inspiration for the Chiron, which is pretty cool. Also, this means that this is also responsible for pretty much all of Bugatti's second era. Well, third era. Because the Chiron was the basis for so many cars, like the Devo, the 110, I think it was the Bolide. And, you know, pretty much any modern Bugatti you can name other than the Veyron and its associated counterparts. Which is, you know, quite cool. Anyway, this thing also has a history in Dealership Tycoon. It is one of the earliest limited. I believe it's also the first ever cash limited, because there was two limiteds before it, but they were Robux locked only. This at launch was about 20 million. And I can still remember Ditto telling me about this super expensive car that was apparently really fast in some game that I hadn't even heard of. Pretty fond memories actually. Ditto being Just Ditto, to be honest. But this thing has suffered from inflation. Because at launch, we said it was, about 20 million. As it turns out, it's more like, how do I put this? 40 million. Thanks to inflation. This is stupidly expensive and it doesn't even make much sense. I do not understand why they've done this. But if there's one thing me and Ditto will tell you, buy a car when it comes out before the price gets hiked. Honestly, inflation is about as stupid as Scotland. Thanks for that one, Ditto, you son of a bitch. Proud of that one. Yeah, basically, as it turns out, according to what Quags told me, because I haven't actually seen my script yet, we both went down the racism path. But hey, what's a bit of racism between friends? Yeah, we are both pretty much like this all the time in real life. It's quite funny. Yeah, but now back to the video, and this thing's speed. Now, what a lot of people don't realise is how stupidly quick every single car in Dealership Tycoon is. Basically, this thing at top speed can hit 400 miles an hour, or 398 actually, but close enough. Now that may not seem like much if you are just a casual to that game, but that's roughly Mach 0.6. Like 0.6. Half the speed of sound. In a road car that can actually turn. This is stupid quick. And acceleration, right? 0 to 60 under a second. In a petrol powered car. What? Seriously, this thing is about as fast as me in bed. Thanks for that one, Ditto. See, as it turns out, the insults aren't just limited to blatant racism. But still, this thing was, for the longest time, the fastest car in the game. Now it is joint fastest car in the game based on top speed, and second fastest car in the game based on... Actually, no, I don't think it's the second fastest accelerating car in the game. Ditto, you've got that wrong in the script. There's more cars that are under 0.99 seconds. Oh yeah, you're right. But yeah, the fastest accelerating car in the game is the 250 GTO. However, all of that, stupid amounts of power is undone, basically, and the corners. This thing turns like a pig. Seriously, I hate it. I was driving this thing for I don't know how long I was driving it. Maybe half an hour just to record the footage for this video. And every time I reached a corner, it understeered so much. It's, it's big and bulky, but it's also really wide and quite heavy. Kind of like your mother. Ditto, that's really not funny. Yeah, I know, that's why I'm making you say it. I hate you. Anyway, back to this thing's inability to corner. Another of the really big problems, actually you just saw it a moment ago, is often when you're cornering, either the back or the front will try and basically step out of line. This thing is constantly fighting you just to go around the corners. It's a pain in the arse. I do not understand how Ditto managed to survive putting 13,000 miles on it. Well, put it this way, I don't like grinding. I can see why. Anyway, now we have to do the fast lap. This is going to be quite interesting, actually. Now, this is a lap that I had to really concentrate on, and I went through it several times just to get it right. Put a few miles on the clock just to properly get it quick. It was difficult because the car is terrible in the corners, and this thing does have some technical corners. But in the end, I did put in a pretty good lap of 27.43 seconds, which is... I think it's actually quicker than Ditto did it in the 250 GTO video a few days ago. Proud of that. Anyway, so, to the whole overall thing. Is it worth it? Well, as we proved earlier, well not earlier, but in the Ferrari 250 GTO video, it's slower than a bolide and costs more. But on the plus side, A, it's probably never going to return to the shop, hopefully. And it's also less than 6,000 in existence. So, Ditto, you have snagged yourself a real, rare find here. Yeah, I'm proud of that. So, this is where you come in. Do you think it's worth it, Quag? Finally get to go off the shit script. No, it's not worth it. So, that's my opinion. See you soon for part 2 with Ditto's opinion.